Hello everybody and welcome to TradeStation's Market Review. My name's Simon Clarke from Trade with Precision and I'll be discussing some of the key markets of interest right now. Now the first market, of course, let's go and take a look at the mini Dow and what the US stock index futures are doing. Looking at the mini Dow, last week we said that the market may sort of pull back to the figure was 17,750 and sort of find support there. If we come down to the 4-hour chart, to where we're looking at, marking sort of 17,775, didn't quite come back to 17,750, but not far off that at all. So the market's sort of come back, it's found support around that level, and now we've got to move on. Now it hasn't moved on very far, and the market's now sort of back in this sort of congestion zone around 17,900. So we'll come back to this in just a few moments. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So last week the market sort of played out as we expected. It's now looking extremely bullish still, and we've got small bullish candles sitting there right in the buy zone at this moment in time. However, we're right underneath 18,000, big key level on this market, and on the daily chart we've got a very slight bit of divergence started to come in here as well, just indicating potentially a bit of weakness here coming into this market. Now when we're looking at the US stock indices, what I like to do is to sort of compare the big three main ones together, and because most of the time these three index markets are sort of index futures I should say, are highly correlated. So if we take a look at the mini Dow, we can see that the market's up here at its all-time highs, up around 18,000, and it's looking extremely bullish. You know, here on the weekly chart everything's looking extremely bullish, if not just a little bit overstretched from the moving averages. If we come and compare this to the ES and take a look at the ES here on the weekly chart, we can see that again the market is extremely bullish. It's got nice uptrends there. It's up against its all-time highs again at around 2100, but the difference is, whereas the mini Dow was above its highs, at the moment the S&Ps, the ES, is right underneath it. We'll see this a little bit more clearly if we come and take a look at the daily chart. We can see on the daily the market's again looking very nice. We've got a sort of a nice setup here, but it's right underneath a historical resistance level. We can also see that we've got a bit of divergence coming in here too. So the ES not looking quite as bullish in my opinion compared to the mini Dow and the YM. If we come and take a look at the Nasdaq though, this is the NQ, we've got a completely different story altogether. And if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that the market's from its highs, it's made a low, it's putting in a lower high at the moment around here at 14,500 and starting to look rather weak. We've also got some indication of weakness here on the weekly chart. On the daily, we can see that the market has rolled over. It's broken some key levels here, which were the last line of defense for support. The market's broken those and now started to move down beneath them, and we've got some nice convergence here on the indicators too. So no doubt this is part of the Apple effect that's occurring here. So when we're starting to consider trading opportunities long on these indices, we need to be extra sort of cautious, because of course you know, they tend to follow in sort of similar correlations, and we're starting to see some differences here in direction. So for me on the mini Dow, what I'm looking for is I'm focusing down on these lower time frames like the 4-hour, keeping an eye on these sort of structure levels. I think 17,900 is sort of a key level where the market is at the moment, and you know, above that we've got a bit of resistance at 18,000. You know, if the market does break this and breaks 18, I think we could start to push on for new highs. If it fails to hold 17.9, I think we can start to get a move down, and of course if we get some moves down, we've got some additional support and resistance structures here below price action. So we were looking for these for sort of initial target levels. If we come and take a look at the sort of currency futures, the one of the nicest currency future trends that I see in at the moment is the Canadian dollar. I spoke about this last week. We've got a beautiful trend here on many time frames, and doesn't look to be an awful lot in the way up here towards maybe a target level of 8,000, initial target level of 8,000 I should say. So market's still looking extremely bullish. Still long on this market, still like this market long, and quite happy to continue trading this up towards the 8,000 level. Again, if we come down to the 4-hour chart, we can start to see here on the 4-hour we've got a bit of a breakout here, just around that sort of 17,940, 17,950 area, where the market has tested a few times. We're sort of breaking out of this. We've got convergence here on the indicators. So again, the market is looking, continuing to look very bullish here, and I'd say I still like this market long up towards 18,000. The commodities, let's take a quick look at crude oil. Now, taking a look at crude oil, the big levels that we were looking at last week was the sort of 43 level. The market's now sort of taken that level out. It's come back and tested and found support around that level and moved on again. So that's just sort of confirming that the market's found support here and it's extremely bullish. So we can see on the weekly chart and on the daily chart, we've got confirmed bullish uptrends forming here in the markets. So I like this market long. If we come down to the 4-hour chart again, I think the key level for me at the moment here is 44. Of course, we got 43 underneath there as well, which we were looking at last week. So if the market does, I mean, it is a bit overstretched here on the sort of 4-hour, so it would be nice to get a pullback, and if we do get a bit of weakness, a bit of a pullback in price, I'll be looking for some support around sort of 44 to look for again continued long opportunities on oil. Okay, so those are the markets that I'm looking at this week and currently. If I come to the TradeStation International website, I just want to highlight some areas of resource here for you as a trader. If you come to the webinars tab, you can then come down to the recorded webinars. We've got a host of webinars that are pre-recorded here. These are events, past events that have taken place over the past month or so. You can gain access to these. You can just click on them and log in order to be able to review those. We've also got the market commentaries too. So if you find the market commentaries useful, the market commentaries are posted up here every Wednesday, and you can come and take a look at past market commentaries and review what's happened in the market since then. Okay, so we look forward to speaking to you next time and on TradeStation's market review. Hope you found it useful, and bye for now.